In the headlines, political activities gain momentum as parties commence sales of expression and nomination forms screening of aspirants. Rustlers injure 2 herders, rustle 113 cattle in renewed plateau attack. Zamfara state government dethrones 2 emirs, 1 district head for aiding banditry. And late Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto's son appointed Pakistan's new foreign minister. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. Hello and a warm welcome. Now, as the countdown to the 2023 general elections draws closer, political activities at the various party secretariats are gaining momentum. While purchase of expression and nomination forms entered second day at the APC secretariat on Wednesday, screening of aspirants began at the PDP's Legacy House for the National Assembly and State House of Assembly seats. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman captured the 2 events and now reports.
At the Muhammadu Buhari House, headquarters of the APC, it was carnival-like, with aspirant supporters trooping in to catch the moments their prepared aspirants obtained their nomination and expression of interest forms.
Today we have picked our intent and nomination form for the position of president or presidential flag bearer of our great party, the All Progressives Congress.
On the flip side was the PDP's Legacy House, where screening of aspirants vying for the Senate, House of Reps and State Houses of Assembly commenced.
There are certain things that the party expects you to have before you fly the parties. So you must have paid the party's expression of interest fee, and you must have also paid for the nomination form, and you must be a tax-paying Nigerian.
Amid security concerns and the inability to hold state congresses, these aspirants here remain resolute in their quest to clinch their respective party tickets.
They have been here since morning, making sure that everything is going as usual. There is no any kind, everybody, no jumping off queue.
What I'm actually more concerned about, which all of us are, is Congress. We haven't done our state Congress. So as of now, we don't even know who the delegates are.
In Anambra State, we have some security challenges because of the agitation for Biafra, and here and there some security challenges. It is not an issue peculiar to Anambra State alone.
While the PDP hopes to conclude the screening exercise with states in the Northwest to climax with that of the presidential hopefuls on Friday, the APC Secretariat is witnessing an increased turnout of aspirants seeking elective positions from across the country. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Some protesters on Tuesday stormed the Adama State House of Assembly, barricading the entrance in a bid to stop the alleged plans by the Speaker of the House, Aminu Iya Abbas, to declare vacant the seat of a People's Democratic Party lawmaker representing Michika State constituency in the Assembly, Ayuba Joseph, for defecting to the All Progressive Congress, APC. But the defection of Ayuba, announced on the 19th of April, has tilted that slim majority enjoyed by the PDP in favor of the APC in the state legislature. The development, which is brewing tensions in Adamawa State, has not gone down well with the PDP and her lawmakers, who had planned to use the day sitting to declare the defecting lawmaker's seat vacant. The report.
These protesters here have come to register their displeasure about an alleged plot to suspend Honorable Ayuba Joseph, a former People's Democratic Party lawmaker representing Michika State constituency, who dumped the party for the All Progressive Congress in Adamawa State. The demonstrators temporarily barricaded the assembly and nearly disrupted the day's sitting before reinforcement of anti-riot policemen restored order. Honorable Ayuba, at the center of the crisis, speaks.
I had a rumor that they want to declare my seat vacant today, but I'm waiting for it to happen because I was not the first person to detect. Most of them were already defected from APC to PDP. Not was Bonaparte. Italia left APC, ADC to APC, nothing has done about that. But I don't know the reason that my defection is different from others.
Speaking further on his defection, the lawmaker popularly known as the police said he quit the PDP because he no longer felt accommodated in the party.
Recently, he gave money to PDP members to purchase form. I was excluded. He gave to 13 members. He refused to give me, which shows that I'm no longer important before them. That's why I decided to quit and join the APC. Because if you want to build a home and stay on sun, if you build a home, you need to stay under the shade. So, shade was not given to me. So I cannot continue staying under the sun. I must look for shade to cover myself.
Meanwhile, the Adamawa State House of Assembly has declared the seat of the member representing Michika State constituency, Joseph Ayuba, vacant for defecting from the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressive Congress, the APC. During Wednesday's plenary presided by the Speaker of the House, Aminu Iya Abbas, the House, citing Section 109, subsection 1G of the Constitution, declared the seat of the lawmaker vacant by virtue of leaving his party under whose crest he was elected. Presenting the issue before the plenary, attended by 13 out of the 25 members, the Deputy Speaker, Pwam Wakino Mokondo, citing Section 109 of the Constitution, urged the House to declare the seat of the lawmaker vacant.
Evidently clear that the member representing Michika, Honorable Joseph Bada, last Saturday, the 23rd of this month, he has declared publicly to leave PDP to APC. For this reason, Mr. Speaker, he has violated Section 109, Sub 1, Sub G, and Sub 2 has given you that power, Mr. Speaker.
To this section of the Constitution of Nigeria, 1989 as amended, the seat of one member of Michika is declared vacant. Clerk will communicate to all relevant authorities and INEC that this seat is declared vacant.
Still ahead, the Senate has passed a bill seeking to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and to prohibit the payment of ransom to kidnappers in the country. The passage of the bill followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The report.
The Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Opeyemi Bamidele, in his presentation, said the bill seeks to outlaw the payment of ransom to abductors, kidnappers and terrorists for release of any person who was unwrongfully confined, imprisoned or kidnapped. He assured that the amendment to the Terrorist Act will set standards and regulatory systems intended to prevent terrorist groups from laundering money through the banking system and other financial networks.
The need to comprehensively review the Terrorism Prevention Act arose from the unfavorable ratings of Financial Act Task Force recommendations of Nigeria's Mutual Evaluation Report and consequent placement of Nigeria in FACT's International Cooperation and Review Group process with its impending sanctions on Nigeria's economy.
The Senate President Ahmed Lawa, in his remarks after the bill was passed, said the bill, when signed into law, will complement the federal government's effort in the fight against insecurity.
A bill for an act to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 and for other matters connected thereto 2022 had been taken, and the bill is passed. Well, congratulations to the Senate for passing this very, very important bill on terrorism, and it is our belief here in the Senate that this bill, by the time signed into an act by Mr. President, will enhance the efforts of this government in the fight against terrorism, kidnapping, and other associated and related vices.
The bill was passed by the chamber after it scaled through third reading on the floor. In the meantime, the Senate has adjourned plenary till 10th of May for the Eid al-Fitr Salah holiday.
At least 113 cattle were rustled and 2 herders injured during a renewed attack around Para village in Tahu ward of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. Chairman of Gan Allah Fulani Development Association of Nigeria, GAFDAN, in Bassa local government, Abubakar Abdullahi Buba, said 6 cattle were also shot dead by the rustlers. Spokesperson of Operation Safe Haven, a multi-security task force maintaining peace in the state, confirmed the incident, explaining that Sector 3 of Operation Safe Haven has contacted the 2 groups and some cows have been recovered while amicable settlement is ongoing. He urged them not to take the law into their hands as efforts are on to arrest the perpetrators. Elsewhere, Anambra Police Command says 7 out of 8 herdsmen allegedly kidnapped in the state on Saturday have been found and rescued. Police spokesman of the command, Tochukwu Ikenga, who disclosed this to newsmen, said the joint police and military patrol team found the herdsmen sitting in the bush unhurt on Sunday. They were found at Ogbene Ochuche Omodo in Ogbaru local government area of the state. Meanwhile, Chairman of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Macban Southeast Gidado Siddiqui, had alleged on Saturday that 10 herdsmen were kidnapped and 300 cows rustled in Ogbaru in Anambra. Siddiqui said the kidnappers demanded ransom of 4 million naira for the release of the abductees.
We went there, we saw those persons scattered all over the bush, even with the cows. So when they now saw that it's actually security personnel, so they came out, and as I speak with you right now, the operation is still ongoing, and the bush where they were found, our men are heavily deployed, even with the military.
Some group of people around 1:30 went to the cattle settlement at a community called Obene. They open fire, shooting. When they are shooting, our men are sleeping. So when they start shooting, they wake up and start running. Unfortunately, one of them by name Shuaibu Magaji was abducted. The first victim that was kidnapped on that 22nd was nowhere to be found. We have not seen him dead or alive.
Gombe State government has raised alarm over security threats in Wawa Zengi Grazing Reserve located in Duku local government area of the state. The state governor, Yahya Inua, raised the alarm when he hosted officials of the Institute for Security Studies at the Gombe State Government House. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Officials of the Institute for Security Studies, in company of participants of Executive Intelligence Management EIM Course 15, were in Gombe for research purpose. Governor Inuwahaya used the opportunity to speak on security situation of Gombe State and called for strengthened effort to maintain its peaceful status in the northeast region.
As far as our issue of our Zengi is concerned, I've mentioned in my own speech that there doesn't seem to be proper implementation and coordination, and the state cannot go it alone. We cannot prevent people from coming in, especially SDS can bear witness that the movements of those that have been pressed hard now in the northwest is becoming noticeable, and if care is not taken, it may turn to another scenario because it's so big, so vast.
The Institute for Security Studies team said the research theme for the Executive Intelligence Management Course 15 is the global climate challenge, prospects and priorities for economic development and conflict resolution in Africa.
So in that wise, we are also here to tap on your repertoire of knowledge and encourage you to interact with us freely on this theme. with a view to enriching our research findings. Therefore, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, the honor and kindly join me too in inviting His Excellency to deliver a paper and interact with the team.
Speaking earlier, the Director, State Security Services, Gombe State Command, appreciate the state government's effort in strengthening security.
Through your effort and your desire to have a peaceful state, Gombe is number one as far as security is concerned in the northeast of Nigeria.
Wawazangi Grazing Reserve is a 144,000 hectares of land located in Gombe North, bordering Bauchi State. Security intelligence has raised fears of possible invasion of the forest by terrorists. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
The Zamfara state government has dethroned 2 emirs and a district head over allegations of aiding the activities of bandits terrorizing communities in the state. Those affected by the government's decision include the Emir of Zurmi, Abubakar Atiku, Emir of Dansado, Hussein Umar, as well as Suleiman Ibrahim, who used to be the district head of Birnin Zaba. The State Commissioner for Information, Ibrahim Dosara, made the announcement on Wednesday while briefing reporters at the end of the State Executive Council meeting in Gusau, the state capital. According to the Commissioner, the government has also ordered that all land titles issued by the affected traditional leaders be revoked.
In 2022 to deliberate on a white paper presented to the Council on the outcome of investigations by 2 committees set up by government sometimes in June-July 2021 on the alleged involvement of some traditional rulers in the activities of bandits in the state, particularly within their domains. These 3 traditional rulers are the Emir of Zurmi, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and that of Dansadau, Alhaji Husseini Umar. Then the district head of Birnin Zaba, Alhaji Suleiman Ibrahim Nanyadu.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up. Preparations in full gear ahead of Salah celebrations. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update, our top stories. Political activities gain momentum as parties commence sales of expression and nomination forms screening of aspirants. Rustlers injure 2 herders, rustle 113 cattle in renewed plateau attack. Moving on, Gombe State says it has recorded 6 deaths from Lassa fever outbreak in Kaltungo local government area. Coordinator of Primary Healthcare Centres in Kaltungo local government, Comfort Alami, said the outbreak was confirmed on April 14th and occurred at an Almajiri school in Dogonrua ward. Speaking during an advocacy visit to the palace of the Mai Kaltungo, Salah Muhammad, she explained that the new outbreak was discovered when 5 students of the Almajiri school became ill and were taken to a hospital. The 5 suspected cases were confirmed dead, while their teacher later fell ill and it was confirmed to be Lassa fever, and he also died that same day. She further said that her team had embarked on sensitization in the community, while the team of the state epidemiologists are tracing suspected cases and those who came in contact with the confirmed cases in the community and its environs. Now, as Muslims prepare to mark yet another Eid al-Fitr celebration, residents in Kano are lamenting the high cost of food items and other essential commodities. Trust TV's Idris Jibril reports that despite the current economic challenges, businesses in Kano are still booming, with many people from different parts of the country trooping in for Salah shopping. The report.
Ramadan fast has come to an end, and Salah celebration is here again. Abdurazak Ahmad and many other Muslims in Kano have been looking forward to this moment. But this year, the cost of livelihood has been high, and more bad news may await, as market price of various products is crashing. I bought textile materials 3 weeks ago, and I'm here now to buy again. Honestly, the price, it's too high compared to how I bought them last year. We are in the market to buy clothes in one hand, and on the other hand, we are dealing with the high cost of food items, which is why even if you get the money, it will not have value. Although businesses are booming across many parts of Kano, but rising price of food items and other essential commodities needed for the festivities remains a threat to many residents.
We can only ask God to help us, because items that were sold at 1,000 naira have increased to 3,000 naira. Shoes that we once bought for our children at 600 naira now go for 2,000 naira. Lace of 3,000 is now 10,000 naira. So the whole thing is just unbearable.
Often referred to as the rendezvous of business and businessmen, Kano has for centuries remained the Nigeria center of commerce and a trade hub for many West African countries, where millions of people troops in to trade, especially by this time of the year.
Well, people are coming out to buy, but I must tell you that the price is not favorable for both the sellers and the buyers. We are just hoping that government workers will get paid so that they can come out.
Despite this, the famous Doano Grains Market, the largest Abubakar Remi market in Sabongari, the popular contemporary textile market, among others, all tells the story of how Kano people are preparing for this year's Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Idris Jibril, Trust TV News, Kano.
And in business, trading on the floor of the Nigerian stock market Wednesday closed marginally higher as the investors' wealth climbed further from yesterday's gains of 26.184 billion to close at 26.186 billion. The all-share index grew by 0.01% to settle at 48,571.57 points. The market breadth closed negative as 18 equities emerged as gainers against 23 equities that declined in their share prices. Academy Press led the gainers chart with 9.92% growth to close at 1.33. Ikeja Hotel led other price decliners as it shed 9.68% of its share price to close at 1.40. An aggregate of 246.7 million units of shares were traded in over 5,000 deals valued at 2.3 billion naira. And on the foreign scene, Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has appointed son of assassinated former Premier Benazir Bhutto Bilawal Bhutto Zindari as foreign minister, giving his coalition ally a senior role in repairing frayed ties with the United States and other Western countries. At just 33, Bhutto Zardari becomes one of the world's youngest foreign ministers, but inherits a diplomatic bag of issues that started well before he was born, including relations with arch-rival India. Bhutto Zardari, who is also chief of Pakistan People's Party, says his party will play their part in restoring democracy, passing electoral reforms, fighting for a fairer economy, and advocating Pakistan's case on the world stage. Benazir was assassinated at an election campaign rally in 2007. Now, Benazir's killer has never been caught, and a United Nations inquiry says Pakistan authorities failed to protect her or properly investigate her death. And in sports, Kano Pillars defeat Sunshine Stars of Akure at MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Trust TV's Adeni Yajishafe has more.
Match day 25 fixture between Kano Pillars and Sunshine Stars of Akure at MKO Abiola Stadium, Abuja, ends in favor of Same Ezugida team 1-0 to end 3 maximum points after being banished to Abuja due to unruly behaviors of some fans at Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano against Katsina United. Pillars and Owena Kings squared up against each other, looking for opportunity to earn a lead before the 19th minute when Fawad Usman made a cross converted by Jerry Alex to earn the winning point for the home team. Kano Pillars assistant coach Ibrahim Musa believes his team will continue to do better to keep away from relegation zone and move up the ladder.
So we need to wake up to see Kano Pillars at root, because everywhere we go, we win. Last year, if you check the record, we played 10 matches unbeaten. Last year, we played 14 matches unbeaten. So we are not caring about not much, but we know we lost our various supporters, but we can't do anything. We are keeping up. So to see Kano Pillars are out of this relegation.
Sunshine Stars head coach Emmanuel Duch says Kano Pillars played well against his team despite observing fasting, as he calls for better performance in their next game.
Yeah, no, you can't talk about that. We have to do first by position. See how we assess again, continue to assess. You see, I have the young boys. Then get the fighting spirit, but at the end, we lack the finishing. But we play against a team where they are down the table. They are wounded lion because they want to come out by all means. That they have to use all the possibility, their strength to come up with that situation they have, because for their name at least, they play well. But we lose the game 1-0. The game for equalize. My boy shows some good character from the second half. We lose concentration in the first half. Because Kano Pillars, their position with Rabiu Ali was moving. But it was, you know, he's an intelligent player. When he moves, we lose concentration for that middle. But for the second half, we'll do some few changes. I think we'll take control of the game. But lack of experience from attacker. Yes.
With 3 points added, Pillars are 16th on the log with 26 points, while Sunshine Stars remain unmoved in 7th position with 36 points. That's Sport News. I am Adeni Ajishafe.
With sports, we wrap up news update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Do stay tuned.